Hello, geometry class. I'm Mr. Martin here. Hope everything's going well. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. We're getting towards the end of this remote learning for this year. We have this week, the following week of new content, and then kind of a review week to end the year. So we're getting there, almost there. Great work. Thank you for following along and keeping up with everything that we're doing. This week, just kind of a little syllabus for this week. Today we got a video, tomorrow we got a video. Please take a minute after you watch the video to comment on it, either on the YouTube channel, on the Canvas page, or write to my email if you're not comfortable doing either of those, so I can make sure that you get credit for watching the video. So that's Monday, Tuesday, today and tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, you got some packet work to do. Thursday is a catch-up day. Please also remember to submit your packet work when you're done. You can take a picture of it, shoot it to my email, submit it on Canvas. There's a bunch of different ways you can do it. If you're having issues with it, reach out. I can find a way for you to get it to me. So it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday's catch-up day. Friday, social emotional day. Please reach out to your social workers or behavior specialists. Talk to them. They're also meeting twice a day as a duo. Mr. Bergenholtz, Mr. Nelson, Miss Armistead, and Miss Johnson are holding a couple different times a day that you can meet with them. We'd love to see you there. The teachers pop in and out to say hi. It's good to see a lot of your faces. We miss you all. So please do that. But today, we're going to kind of go over, first thing we're going to do is we're just going to review what we worked on last week with the special right triangles, my 30, 60, 90s, and my 45, 45, 90s. So let's take a look at our learning objectives. Students will be able to determine a 30, 60, 90 or a 45, 45, 90 by using side length. So we're going to look at the side lengths of these triangles and then try to determine if it's a 45, 45, 90 or a 30, 60, 90. So let's go over what a 45, 45, 90 is and kind of what the formula around it looks like. If I know that my triangle is a 45, 45, 90, meaning that two angles are 45 degrees and one angle is 90, which makes it an isosceles right triangle, means that two sides are going to be equal. So these two sides are going to be equal, the legs are going to be equal, and then the hypotenuse is going to be the leg side times the square root of 2, okay? So, and that's kind of the formula for it. If the legs are 12, it's going to be 12 and 12, 12 times square root 2. If the leg sides are 100, it's going to be 100 and 100, 100 times the square root of 2. And that's the formula for a 45, 45, 90. And that's an easy one to remember because we know that isosceles triangles have two equal sides. They have two equal angles. Then if I move over here, my 30, 60, 90 triangle. And so we can take a look at what it looks like. It's kind of similar to this, but a little different. The shortest side is going to be my x. I'm going to take that short side and I'm going to multiply it by 2, and that's going to give me my longest side, or my hypotenuse. And then I take, oops, wrote that wrong. Then I take that short side and I multiply it times the square root of 3, and that gives me my last side. And that's how the 30, 60, 90 triangle works. If this is 10, if my short side is 10, to find my long side, I multiply the 10 times 2, I have 20. Then I take the 10 and I put it in front of square root 3, and that gives me my third side. If I'm given the long side here, if that long side is 12, I divide 12 in half to get my short side, which would be 6, and I take that 6 and I put it in front of square root 3, and that'll give me my third side. So given any of these sides, I can always find the other two. Now, I want to look at these examples and kind of focus on what's missing and then what type of triangle we believe it is. All right? So, this first one here, I know it's a right triangle. These are all right triangles. I know it's a right triangle, and I'm given one side is 16, and then the long side as 16 square root 2. All right, so I take a look and I say, how does this, would this match up to any of these, either of these triangles up here? So if I have a 16 on one of the legs and then a 16 square root 2 is my hypotenuse, wait a second, x square root 2. 16 would be my x, 16 would be my x square root 2. Okay, so that means that this side here has to also be 16. And then that makes this a 45, 45, 90. So 45, 45, 90. Which means that those two sides are the same. Here, I have a short side. I have the long side that I don't know. And then I have the third side that's the short side times the square root of 3. Okay, so these two legs aren't the same, it's showing me right here, because they're both not 9. They will both have to be 9 for them to be the same. But I have my 9, which would be my x, and then my 9 square root 3, which would be my x square root 3, which means that this has to be 2x, or 2 times 9, which gives me 18. All right, that makes this triangle a 30, 60, 90. All right. And then this one down here, this one should be the easiest one for you to recognize right away, because you see, oh, two sides are the same, right triangle. That means that this has to be a 45, 45, 90 triangle. It's an isosceles. It's an isosceles right triangle. So my answer for this side here is going to be 4 square root 2, because the 4s are my x, 4 and 4, and then it has to be 4 square root 2. And it's going to be a 45, 45, 90 triangle. All right. And that's it for today. Okay. Simple stuff today. Just kind of get started, get kind of moving through it. Tomorrow, what we're going to do is we're going to look at what it looks like when our hypotenuse doesn't kind of, doesn't look like it does in this one, say. It doesn't have the square root 2. It has something else there, and we're going to have to convert it. So today, write a comment on what you saw. Hopefully you're understanding it. Hopefully it makes sense. For tomorrow, get ready. We're going to do something a little bit more difficult. And then Wednesday, you'll have the work that you can do in the work packets. So reach out if you have any questions. I'd love to hear from you. I hope all is well with everyone. Thank you.